Hello, welcome to our July video. We're going to talk about editing. So actually there's going to be a few different videos to do about editing. I'll try to hit on a different topic each time. Editing's tough. It's very tough. Writing the story can be a lot of fun. But editing is that necessary work where you have to go back and make it the best that it can possibly be, because competition is stiff. If you throw something out there that is not edited and not polished and revised, then your chances are pretty slim. So sometimes it's not as fun, but sometimes it is. Sometimes you come up with great solutions to issues in your manuscripts where you're just like, ooh, that's so much better. I'm so glad that I took the time to go back and revise that. I actually had a book that I wrote about 10 years previous to when I did a final really intensive edit with an editing team. It was great. I got to work with 4 or 5 different editors, and we really gave it a good scrubbing. I mean, we looked into every last bit of this manuscript, and it was pretty intense, honestly, but at the end, it was so worth it. I looked back and said, wow, I mean, that just took it up several substantial notches. It's just a much better manuscript than it was before. And there's different things that you can edit. Often you'll do multiple editing passes where you're looking at different things, and that can be really helpful. It's a great idea just to go through the whole thing and just read it for continuity, just making sure things make sense. It's a great idea to look just at dialogue, whether read the dialogue out loud and see, does this sound like natural dialogue? Does each character have a distinct voice? And if not, what can I do? I like to go through and just find extraneous stuff. I call it trimming the fat, where you're just looking and trying to see, hey, what can I cut on? What can I cut down? Where is it too wordy? Where do I include details that are not relevant? That sort of thing. So you can do multiple passes. It can take a while. And it's great also to get other eyes on this. It's a great idea to have other people help you see what you can't see as an author. Sometimes you know in your head what it's supposed to mean, but as soon as you show it to somebody else, they're like, what did you mean to say here? And you're like, well, it's obvious, right? No, actually, it's not obvious. That's why I'm asking. So that's a great idea. So I'll just touch on a few tips. There are different kinds of editing software out there. Something I actually like to do is I edit once in Microsoft Word because it catches some things, and then I'll edit again in Google Docs because it catches other things. And I turn on Grammarly as well. It's a free extension that even catches even more things. But so use the software, use your friends. You find friends that are willing to shoot straight with you and not just say, everything you write is wonderful. I didn't see any problems whatsoever. You're like, that's nice, but really, I need some help. So that's not helpful. Encourage them. Do say if there are particular things that they do really like, then great. Tell me what you do like so that I could do more of that. But give me everything, not the good, the bad, whatever. Another thing that I really like to do is to find words to eliminate. I call them your little pet projects. To quote Lord of the Rings again, you're precious. There's words and phrases that you as a writer say too much. Everybody's got them. I say the word. I noticed I say the word "just" too much. Oh, he's just doing this. He's just doing that. It's like, I say that way too much. Whatever it is. So I keep a document that just has all these words on it, and after I'm done with the manuscript, I do find and replace, where I often is actually find and destroy. Because a lot of these things are filler words that you can just take out without changing much of the meaning at all. But whatever it is, if your character is always doing the same thing to show particular emotions. They're always shrugging. They're always saying particular things. Just make sure you don't say the same thing too much. And that's another way that people who are other outside readers can help you to say, hey, you know what? You say this a lot. Maybe we can cut down on that. Sometimes this creeps into published books too. I remember particular ones. I was listening to an audiobook. It was a fantasy novel. I won't tell you what it is, but instead of saying like sad or cried out, just saying the kind of normal things to talk about dialogue, almost every single time that somebody said something, they said commented. He commented. Or then even better, he commented slyly. Or so like use an adverb with commented. Commented. Like it's already super much longer word than it needs to be. And then you add other stuff on top of it. And I actually played a little game where I tallied how many times he used the word commented in this not super long book. It was well over 100. It's like, where was this person's editor? Like, that's so distracting. It was like, it was really distracting. I mean, I think even the average person who's not like a writer might notice that and might get a little bit about that. So just have other people point those out to you. Hey, good luck with your editing. Let me know if you have any questions, and happy writing.